Hello, this is Zero back with another real-time gaming video. We're back into Astro Empires. If you're following me during the Skylords kind of playthrough, I boo-booed up there, so it's going to be, 12 hours before I can make another Skylords video. No big, so I'm just going to jump right back into Astro Empires, because it's my day off, and that's what I would like to do. So we're actually going to jump into the tutorial. I kind of gave you a general overview in the last video. Excellent game of strategy with a great community of players. That's questionable. Questionable. There's a lot of nerd rage on this game. Just gonna go ahead and start it. Yeah, it's one thing you'll see about 3 months into any server. Probably 1 in 10 people have like nerd raged and done really stupid stuff. Not a lot of intelligent players in this game, but it's still a fun game if you get past the nerd rage. So that part might not be entirely true, but the tutorial is pretty awesome. You start with one base that you will start to develop now. Oh snap! Let's build 2 metal refineries to increase your base construction capacity. We already did that because kind of just want to show you how that worked in the beginning. Click on the bases tab, scroll down, whatever. Progress to the next mission. Oh, it says it's completed. Who is good? You can comment on that at the bottom if you'd like, because I'm amazing. Or you could just, put what you actually think. That'd be cool. Okay, so, base energy. Energy structures are one of the most important structures. Without energy, you cannot expand your bases, as most structures require energy. Almost all. At your base, in the Base Structures tab, there's an energy column that denotes the amount of energy each level of the structure produces and/or consumes. For example, if that says +4, building 1 level will add 4 energy to your base. We talked about that. That's why you need Solar 4. Don't be a noob. By now build the energy structure that has the higher number. Building an energy structure is just like building a metal refinery. Uber noob explanation. Okay, I need to stop highlighting. For some reason, this computer will not take it the way I want it to. That just got weird. That escalated really fast. Okay, once it's finished building, you can progress to the next mission. From now on, every time you need additional energy in your base, you will need to build an energy structure. I believe that's supposed to be an. I'm not quite sure on the grammar for that, but I'm pretty sure it is. Build 1 level of any energy structure. I actually did that after the video because I was like, I should probably do that. Just so that we're not sitting here forever listening to me talk and build stuff. Now we're going into technologies. As you can see, not completed because I haven't gotten this far. Technologies influence many different factors. Apparently reading is hard. From increasing your base's capacity to improving your ship's characteristics. To research technologies, you need to go to the Research tab. We're actually not going to read that because it's dumb. After this is completed, you can start researching. You go into Research and you pick the thing you'd like to research. You have just started researching your first technology. After the research is complete, you can advance to the next mission. Okay, so we're going to go into Empires. We're going to go to Structures, which is what it's telling us to do. Oh, gosh. You know what? That's just awkward because that's exactly not what it told us to do. So I'm going to go to Home Planet and I'm going to go to Structures. See? That's why you should do what it tells you to. Okay, so I need to build a research lab. It's going to cost me 2 credits. It's going to be 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay, so we're just going to wait for this to finish. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking now, and I'll start talking again in 6 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm just kidding. That would be terrible. However, me talking the entire time may also do the same thing to you. So we're going to avoid that. Okay, so that gives us 6 minutes to kind of explore and see what's going on. So it's talking about base population. So do you know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and we're going to Q. I believe that's a French word. Just throw that out there. As you can see, so over here it'll say if I can make it or not, right? When it's not saying working, it'll say not enough credits, not enough energy, all that stuff. So what this does, the construction queue down here, you can queue up to 5 structures at once, unless your account gets upgraded. But when you're new, it's always upgraded. Then you can only do 3. But what it does is it singles out the buildings you can build. As you can see, I'm down to urban structures, which is population. So I'm going to go ahead and queue that. Okay, and then usually I would just queue up more metal refineries, but I'm just going to hop into the tutorial and see what it's going to say. Okay, so it doesn't really ask us to build anything else. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to go into structures, and I'm going to queue up basically as many metal refineries as it will let me. And at one point, it's going to cap. Let's see if it does it. Come on, there we go. Okay, so I built an urban structure, which gives me 4 population, right? I'm doing a research lab, so that population's already come out. No, it hasn't. So when that building finishes, I'll have max population. I'll have 3 energy left, and we're not even close to using all my area yet. So the problem is going to be I'm building an urban structure, so then I have 3 metal refineries, so it's going to be 3 population and 3 energy. So that'll max out my energy, not my population, because I'll be at 8, and I'll only have 7. So I'm definitely going to need a solar plant. I'm going to need to build solar plants. There's my English. After these. It's a lot easier to figure out, once you know what's going on. You'd be like, oh, it's energy I'm out of. No big. Because it only allows you to build the buildings that, at that point in the queue, will be able to fit into your base production. What it does not take into account is credits. Or account as credits. So what will happen is, if we look at this screen, it says there's 5 in the queue. If the research lab finishes and I don't have money to start another metal refinery, what it will do is just blank. There will just be like a dash right there, and it won't start anything. You need to go in and manually cancel the first item in the queue and start it up again, and then the rest of the queue will go through, and you can queue up more things after that. But it won't let you just once you have the money, it won't automatically start the queue again. Which to me is kind of silly, but you know what? Whatever, they can make the choices they want, and we will deal with it. So thankfully, I have 26 credits, and buildings only cost like 1 or 2 credits at this point. But you'll see that escalate really quickly, kind of like kind of like I don't even know where I was going with that. Do you know where I was going with that? Just let me know where you think I was going, because I just don't know. Okay, so we're in the base overview. We've looked at all kind of this stuff. Yeah, it tells you the base stats for the base, and other people can actually see this. If they have vision of your planet, they can see all of this. Which is fun, because then they can see exactly how much you can make. They can't see what you're making. Let's hop into the guild tab. I don't have a guild. I could create a guild. That would be kind of weird. You know what? Let's just do it. I'm just gonna do it. Oh, you must have economy of 20 or above to create a guild. Oh, that's like a pimp slap, just like right in the face. Well, because I was gonna make a guild and then say you guys could just join it and we could hang out and party, but whatever. We are going to go to ranks, and we're going to look at this, so you can see people's levels and how good they are. What's important though is the economy. So this guy has sick, crazy economy, right? You can see that nobody else is even close to him. Yeah, I'm not really sure. There's not really anything else interesting here. It shows you like the fleet numbers for 300 million fleet is a lot. But yeah, it shows you the fleet numbers, experience, bases. Oh, that is a big base. I have 3 economy right now. This guy has approximately 200 times that. Is my math any good? United Colonies is actually the main NPC in the game. If you leave the game, your account becomes United Colonies and kind of meshes with them. They have crappy tech levels. But what they do have is the planets that you left. So what people are going to do is they're going to take those planets, because United Colonies doesn't really fight back very effectively. I mean, they spawn some fleet, but not lots. So it's actually a really good thing to farm. And people will do that a lot. So as soon as you leave, basically even your best friends will take your planets, because they'll go straight to NPC. Or if you kind of go inactive, it will take some time. So they'll go to NPC. And people can just capture them in the really good farms, because they give you good income, all that stuff. So you definitely want to find NPC planets. That's kind of the end of that. Absolutely, I just paused the video. But you didn't know until right now. Because I wanted to wait till like 4 minutes left in the research labs, because I didn't really have anything else I felt I wanted to talk about. So we're just going to wait for that to finish, and it's done. So, as you can see, it just goes to a dash there. If we hit structures, bam, it already started the urban structures. So what I'm going to need is, at this point, I've used 4 population, so I need to build another urban structure at the end of that. And that'll just kind of keep rolling till it's finished. If I go to research, here's the fun part. This is what we've been waiting for, people. So, computer is fun because it allows you to have a fleet. If you have 0 computer levels, you can't have a fleet. If you have 1 computer level, you can have 1 fleet. If you have 2, you can have 2 fleets. And there's more that goes into that. But and you need 20 for artificial intelligence, as we talked about before. If we're going to do like an Android factory rush, which would be stupid, but we could. Energy actually affects your energy production. So let's say I had 10 energy, and I have, or let's say I have 100 energy on my planet instead of 6, and I get 1 energy level, which I'm just going to start up. It gives me 5% output, so I would now have 105 energy on that planet. Really, 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 absolutely important. Because if you don't have enough energy, you're going to be building fusion reactors and solar panels and gas extractors or whatever the crap they're called, and that gets really, really expensive really fast. Whereas if you get level 20 energy, it's not that high a tech level. You can do that in like a month, not even. Now when you build a solar panel, it's going to be 8 energy, which is a big deal, and it also affects the ones that are already built. So once you get to that point where it's really awkward to build more energy, it's actually better to research that and allow that to boost your energy, because then you can be spending that time and those credits, those resources, in building buildings that are ultimately going to help you more than energy, like metal refineries, android factories, nanite factories, shipyards and orbital shipyards, that kind of stuff. So we've started the energy. The same rule applies for the research. Now we're going to get a little crazy on the energy, because it really sucks building energy buildings. I'm also going to throw in a level of computer because that plays into a later mission. That's kind of like a pro tip, is that at some point you're going to need a fleet slot to be able to colonize another planet. And it really sucks to do if you don't have a fleet slot, because you have to wait for it to research. So we're just going to avoid that. So in 20 minutes we'll be completed this mission, and we'll be able to move on to base population, which is unavailable because it's saying I'm really bad at the game. And I kind of object to that, but no big deal. So that's going to be the end of this video. I'll look into some of the things I really want to talk about, because at this point it's kind of slow. I might even progress a little bit without you. I might build some more stuff. But that's the end of the video for today, and I would just like to remind you that you need to play safe. I'd also like to say I appreciate any comments, questions, or rude remarks. And this is where I would normally say this is play safe and look both ways before you cross the street, and I will see you later. So I was editing this video for YouTube. It's kind of like a little Easter egg, but not nearly as cool. I was editing this video for YouTube and I realized I forgot to hit F11 before I started. So you can see my entire browser. Really, really, really awkward. And I apologize. I will really try to remember to not let that happen again. I also just realized this is not even the same game. You know what? I'm just going to end the video, and I'm going to go figure out what I'm doing with my life. I'm sorry.